Hi everyone, I hope you're pumped like a gas cylinder because I am. This is Irori and my name is Jesse Jackson and today we have an amazing guest. So I'll let her introduce herself before we get things started. Please introduce yourself.
So hi, I'm NYAKI NYAMBO and I am a full-time student. That's basically what I can say. Sinanga mambo mambo.
You can tell them what you do as well.
What I do?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm studying Geo-ICT, but I also work kidogo.
Where do you work?
I work in an organization called JSK, so Geospatial Society of Kenya.
Oh, is it in line with what you have studied right now?
What I'm doing is not in line with what I'm studying, but the organization is in line with what I'm doing.
Like on a general approach?
Yeah.
But where you're placed is not exactly... What department are you placed?
I'm a virtual assistant, so things to do with socials and posts, things like that. I'm missing social media, to be honest.
But you help with how to interact with people and all that. You were telling me before we rolled about food. We actually stopped at the point where you're supposed to tell me what your favorite meal to make is.
Guy. Let me say ugali matumbo, because I love ugali matumbo.
So you make it better than all other meals?
No, I make all meals well.
You're sure?
Yeah.
So I was telling you, I have a problem with deciding recipes. As far as I can go, it's just onions and tomatoes. And you were trying to tell me how I can.
You should.
So for matumbo, for example, what are you bringing on board that is not?
Matumbo na mambo mengi.
That is not. Okay, let's say meat. What are you bringing on board that is not?
Meat.
That is not onions and.
Meat can be made in so many different ways, so tunaweza tengeza nyama iko na stew. Kwa stew unaweka hoho, carrots, kila kitu, sindo?
Of course in measured quantities.
Depends.
With your consumption.
What you want, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. We have this the wet fry. Sindo? So you unaweka
that's like my favorite.
Onions na nini. Then soy sauce.
Why are you laughing? Nimekwambia story yangu ya soy sauce. So
then
you want to use it against me.
Sindo? Then kuna hii normal, unaweza grill, unaweza smoke, unaweza...
Of course, whatever you prefer.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I was talking to a friend and they were telling me, do you think the quality of small talk somewhat influences how things follow up? First of all, are you so big on small talk?
I'm not big on any type of talk.
You don't prefer, people should go straight to the point.
Yeah, I go straight to the point. So.
Say someone, for example, wants to ask you for money. Yeah? Antaka umchote some chums. Do you think how they package their small talk matters?
For some people, maybe.
No, for you specifically.
Mimi ukinikujia na vitu nahitaji do.
Yeah, you don't need someone who is.
Oh, how have you been?
Yeah, we've not been talking for 3 years. Sasa how are you doing?
Tulihamia wapi?
Kisha pesa haraka. We save time. And I don't know. Do you think along over time there is so much that is lost in terms of connection because we don't get to connect with some of our old friends, and you're a victim. We don't.
That's what you can convey, bro.
Yeah, I did. Do you think it influences how we relate with our friends? Because at some point the connection is lost. We don't connect with our friends because the thing that was common to all of us is no longer common.
So yeah, I think there's some influence, but then again, I think it goes back to intentionality. I know someone mwenye amekuwa friends na someone else for like 17 years and I'm like, hey bro, how? But then for me personally, back then, back then I thought people became friends because we were benefiting from each other in some way. So mini friend yako juu unasoma ama tuko in some union pamoja.
Yeah.
Alafu tukimaliza some sana msho.
Yeah, there's no longer
like,
that.
Okay, delete contact. Bakisha IG tu kidogo, alafu kama IG pia your interest and mine don't align.
I'm curious, for 17 years, people have been friends for 17.
Imagine.
They don't hawakosani or something. We bana we pia kwenda huko. Hawajai kosana.
I think kosana ukua. Nika nini romantic relationships. Hizi vitu ziko lakini so I think ni the same way. Tuki treat the same way na the same magnitude. Kuna vile ita last.
Same the same way it goes to a romantic relationship and like a friendship.
Na siongei hivyo eti juu na niko na experience sina guys.
Kama uko nayo pia.
Sina oi.
No, if you have a personal experience, please feel free to let us know. Feel free to ask us to stop our questions and tell us about your romantic experiences. So you've told us what are you doing again?
GeoICT.
GeoICT.
Yeah.
There was an interesting thread on Twitter that was going around. It was saying there are things that sometimes people say that have not been heard before. Like, Ushai, how often have you heard someone saying they're doing GeoICT? You see that so many things packaged into one. So can you break it down for us and tell us about the perks of that and the downsides and how interesting it gets for you?
I hate that question, by the way. I'm like, Sasa.
No, give us your general approach. It doesn't have to be textbook. It can be practical.
So GeoICT is all about maps, let me put it that way. And the IT part of it. So if you look at Google Maps and other maps that are generated in some type of way that you can access on your device and all that. That's what I'm doing. Na mambo na distances and everything. Kuna also elements of space and yeah. So
you're exploring all that in depth.
Exactly.
So it's interesting because that brings a question in mind in line with career development. So you were telling me about giving the approach for career development being career development beyond following your passion. Because sometimes you need to develop this career, sometimes it's follow your passion. Is there a thin line? Is there a difference
between developing career
between a career
following your passion?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a thin line between it because your passion can be your career, but it's not that straightforward.
How in what instances are your passion your career?
Personally, mimi mambo yangu ni complicated because what I'm doing is not, I didn't know anything about it. My dad just called me in school one day and alikuwa zile like, you know what, you have that list over there, number 1 andika geoinformatics, number 2 software engineering, number 3 industrial chem. Nilikuanga na uma is chem. Are you sure?
That's everyone's story.
It will push you. Like,
it will push you to do better. Do better than me napata eat.
So when it comes to your passion, I feel like the way it's been normalized, you have a passion, you work, you succeed.
So passion, work, success.
Videography. Alafu, I work for it and eventually I'll succeed.
Yeah.
But I don't think
it's not that linear.
It's not that nini. For me, it looks like something along the lines of I have a certain skill. I create value for my skill. I
you
compensate
monetize
for it. Then I make it sort of autonomous in terms of what
it's you.
It's me. Then I aligning it with what I'm doing alafu eventually.
You monetize.
Aligning it with the industry or something alafu.
You monetize.
Eventually. So see follow your passion and nini. Because funny thing, I was out with someone yesterday and then their cousin passed by. So the cousin is dealing with, the art on matatus and stuff like that. Very interesting stuff.
So, Ganyas.
Exactly. So that's what he's been doing.
You know the sign for, before you continue the story, for the sign for when someone else tells their guys they're going to take Ganyas, you know the sign?
I don't.
They do like this. So the next time someone does like this, they mean tunapandanganya leo.
Okay. So mimi napandanganya na hata siji. Wewe ulijulia wapi?
Si mimi napandanganya pia na hiyo ndo stingo. Maboys wangu tunapandanganya. Leo tuingie forward travelers. Leo ni ganya. Doba kwa wingi.
Oh, that's new. Sikuwa najua.
Yeah, so next time you're taking a ganya and then guys ask you, are you going home?
Trust me, no one in my circle is gonna know about that.
Yeah, no, they'll figure it out. Watakuwa curious. They'll be curious and then they'll figure it out. Yeah.
So the guy has been doing that for a couple of years, but saizi amerudi uni kufanya design sasa. The papers and all that. So if kama angekuwa tu akifanya passion, he's okay.
For sure. For sure, anafanya because he likes.
Anaanza kuchora. You've been drawing for so long, you have a page, you've done a lot of work.
And then it's interesting that people explore things like that from their hearts, and then they end up liking this, and then they now go back to school to get certifications for the same, so that they can say cross borders and things. But then again, there are approaches where the market is open for you. You don't really need to go back to school. Say if you're a good public speaker, you don't need to go back to school and figure anything out in terms of certificates. So you just wing it, and then you align it. Venye umesema to package it, align it, and then you put it out there, and then it helps you. So we're saying and it's interesting with careers. It's you've said it's your dad who was saying you need to do this. Mimi nataka ufanye hii. So I feel like at some point our parents have some premeditated assumption about us that is not really the people that we are, because sometimes we need to step out there and step out of the line and figure things out for ourselves. But we realize that there are ways that our parents used to operate, and they want to double that down on us for us to operate the same exact way, not knowing that things have actually shifted. So how could have like a back and forth with your parents, because it's not like you want to do this out of your heart. It's your parent who is saying, I think this would be better.
Lakini hata mimi vitu nilikuwa nataka kufanya shuleni. Hata marine engineering nafanya.
No, that would make sense because you unatoka coast. So labda utakuwa marine engineer huko Indian Ocean.
Niende kufanya nini? Kutest fish.
Some things, I think some courses zimekuwa packaged to yes in fisherman too. Sasa zinakuwa tu packaged.
Unajua nilikuwa nataka kufanya criminology.
So that's sort of low-ish.
Please. I look at it now and I'm like, guy.
So you feel like haungeweza to make decisions for yourself at the time?
Ningeweza. But then growing up, na feel kama my parents took their time kunisoma vizuri sana. Because they were like, okay, in as much as I've changed right now, they still have an idea of who I am and what I like and what will benefit me in the end.
What would work for you?
Yeah, I've trusted my dad always kujua what's best for me. Juni ule msewa, I don't want you to make mistakes. Pia Mr. ko make mistakes. So I'm going to teach you from what I've been doing and what I'm seeing out here. So when alikuja kaniambia, you know what, this is what you're doing. Ata siku, okay, in as much as hapo kwa industrial came, I was like, hey, are you sure I'm there? But I was like, I'm trusting you this. You know me best.
Yeah.
Like, umeniona toka primary, mimi nilikuwa tu nikicheza and
instinctively it's your parent who would make good decisions for you at some point in time compared to how you'd make decisions for yourself. And then again, don't you think if say you of course there's that whole he knows you well and he'd package decisions for you based on how he has experienced and gone through life. And you think that some things are outdated and things are cliche, like
when it comes to him sasa?
No, when it comes to our parents and handing us out the playbook to apply through the current life.
So here's something about parents. In as much as they fall under the same bracket, there's a really huge difference. Because let me use my family for instance. I can see a difference between unaona okay, kwa kina babangu wako wengi. So my aunts till a certain point, nezaona they think differently from how the rest think. So huko my dad huko kwenda chini ni wale watu.com hadi wanafanya vitu we are like ulijuaje ina mystery. And then huko juu they use the textbook type of thing what my grandfather used. So kuna hizo differences, but pia na feel like those ones that are kind of thinking differently kidogo traditionally are changing it. Cause kitambo ilikuwa kuwa accountant, si ndio? Na unaenda unasomea accountant, si ndio? But then saizi unapata mzazi anakupush, enda ufanye CPA, enda ufanye sijui nini, enda usome a certain language. So I feel like they're changing as well.
Mabeshte wangu anafanya CPA huko nje. Shout out to you guys.
Sistangu amekataa. Sistangu amesema, "Oh, nataka."
Shout out to CPA guys for real.
So yeah. Kuna some evolution that's going on.
And we can say there are things of course that they are learning and relearning.
Yeah.
The things that they are packaging in a way that can be changed or can be. Kuna vitu wanasema yenye tunaweza tumia sahi, we can actually employ them right now, sindio, and use them here. So I want us to play some interesting game.
Okay.
Sindio? So, me mention food kwa English. And then since your Kiswahili is good, wewe unatuambia. Between Nairobi and Coast, gani iko na the bigger share of your life? Nairobi. For real?
Juu. Course.
So this is your moment to redeem yourself to
I was a kid, like siku hata naelewa what's going on. Plus, I grew up in a household where ni English ama tukosane. So unaona.
So you don't have that Kiswahili from you don't have that mwanangu Swahili.
I do, but hey, wasinisikie. Cuz
it's mwanangu from Kilimani, mwanangu. It's not that deep. But wait tuambie, wait, this is your chance to redeem yourself.
Okay, wacha tuone.
So carrots.
I don't know. Carrot yourself. I don't know.
Uji carrots did not exist. For real?
Imagine.
No, sasa the problem is while me I was putting all this together, nilijua utajua, so nilikuwa like I don't need to find out ndo ati I need to know. And there's this, you've said you're big on ingredients. There's this cooking ingredient called capsicum. How is it called in Kiswahili?
Pilipili hoho.
Yeah. Kasa and coriander.
Coriander. Dania.
Yeah, coriander is dania. And ginger.
Tangawizi.
So I hope you're
carrots.
So ni carrots tunahitaji research. Watuambie hapo kwa comments. Whoever knows what carrots is in Kiswahili, please.
Atuambie please.
Yeah, tell us on the comment section. We need to know what carrots are. You've mentioned something interesting, and I actually wanted to ask you that. You said you were out yesterday. I don't know. I'm quite interested. What are people talking about now in, say, a talking stage kind of setup? What are people asking each other? Is it the usual, what is your color? What is your favorite color question? Ama vitu zimechange. Syllabus iko happy side. It's been a minute.
Unaongea ni kama mimi ndo naingia talking. Like niko hapo.
Like the fact that you are out on a date.
No, guy.
Lazima
out on a date.
Ilikuwa tu.
Ilikuwa wacha nikupeleke mahali nikingoja time ya kwenda place nyingine. Like I had an appointment somewhere.
Bado hiyo iko tu saa. Hiyo setup bado tu kuna hizo maswali ziu come up. You've not had a talking stage kind of experience.
It's been a while.
Sleeping at 2 a.m.
Na kozi ya nani? Hey.
Unajua ICT watu wakupa talking stage ovyo. No, but it's interesting with genders and everything. It's interesting that there's so much question that comes up when two people are trying to entangle. So I was talking to a friend of mine. He was saying, for him, his preference would be someone who is in academia so much. So he wouldn't really wing it with someone who is not having anything academic going on. So yeah, ana prefer
ako willing kuongeleshwa 1 hour. Na si 1 hour eti 1 hour full. Good morning, 5 minutes. How are you? Lunchtime ifike. Oh, how's your day going on? Jioni ifike 30 minutes. Ako willing.
Sasa sijui. What do choka? What gets you tired?
Mimi.
What throws you off in a typical talking stage?
Kiniongelesha sana. It's over for you.
You don't like someone who is forthcoming.
What you want. If I feel like it's what I want to, tuende nayo, lakini story.
Do you think you know what you want, or you'll have to like consult your dad?
Lakini
no, labda your dad will have to make a choice for you.
No, had a really serious discussion with him
boyfriend
about
with
some
a
things.
suit.
Exactly.
Boyfriend
so
with
I know
a suit.
exactly what he wants. Mimi naambianga mtu whether kuna watu wanakujianga na mimi na washo, you know what?
My dad won't.
My dad,
yeah, my dad won't like this.
Eti uko na? Eti unafanya? I'm sorry.
And I think it's so interesting that you're the first value of your family, because at the end of the day you'll take your person to your home.
Yeah.
So when do lazima scrutinize ujue what your
usipeleke mtu kwa alafu akatalie, hiyo ni aibu.
Sasa na kama unampenda inakuwaje
sasa? Stop yourself from loving him first. Assess.
Kwani ni on and off switch.
Ukipenda mtu kabla unini, hiyo umejitakia.
Kupenda mtu kabla
hujajua vizuri kama ametosha mboga.
Inside out.
Umejitakia.
So it's like like a whole process. Lazima
exactly. Una assess, unaangalia. Hata nilikuwa nasikiza something about sickle cell, and it reminded me of how my dad was telling me, before you get involved with someone, make sure you get tested. No, there are sijui nini usizae mtoto wako ako na sickle cell sijui nini. So
sickle cell ilikuwa about
something to do with,
it was a biology thing we used to study.
A condition ya red blood cells. Because shaped some type of way, so they don't need
genetically. What was it all about? Like
some,
what
a type of
blood
and
groups.
My genus,
exactly. Blood groups. Yeah. So
kama tunaangalia kila kitu. Resource factors zetu lazima. So
sahi tukientangle blood groups number 1.
Hata kabla tuentangle.
So tunaanza na blood groups.
Tunaanza na kila kitu.
Isikwe blood groups that is zenda ku mix up ziko sickle cell blood groups. What so ulikuwa unaniambia about gender discussions when it comes to, and I like how whenever we are talking about males and females, things are blowing up. It's fire. There's so much controversy. Oh, men should do this, women should do this. Kuna so much back and forth. Na ni kama we usually survive like we are not trying to coexist. We are trying to more or less fight each other compared to exist with each other, because something to do with GBV would arise, and the conversation wouldn't be how do we curb this. The conversation would be you men or you women. Yeah. So when it's anything hefty, if it's any conversation that is heavy, it's always pointing fingers compared to. There's this interesting saying that the pointing finger of a man always lands on a woman.
Never heard of it.
Si ndo nakwambia kwanza.
Huko kama gambo sio?
You had to bring that. You had to bring that up. You had to bring that up. What problem do you have with Rongo and Kamagambo?
I don't.
You should come there by day. It rains every time and it's really healthy over there.
Mali nimetoka Korea.
Coast.
It rains.
It rains in coast.
It rains. I bet it's raining right now.
For real? But jua haishangi.
Yeah, but kukirain sometimes.
What is the difference? What is the experience? How surreal is the experience when it rains in coast?
It's not different.
Yeah, so it's better.
It's just hotter though.
Yeah, it's better in Kamagambo and Rongo.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm accept invites.
Yeah, you should come down there. Yeah, so what do you think the conversation should sound like when because we are the ones who are supposed to coexist with each other. So what should the conversation sound like when I'm talking about a male counterpart or when I'm talking about a female counterpart?
Okay, so in the field that I'm in right now, I'm seeing a lot of working together when it comes to me. By the way, nikikuja kuambiwa women are not sijui what, men are not what, I can't quite relate. Most of these things I've not experienced. But I feel like in some way we need one another. At work, at home, nini. So kama tunataka tu kushindana.
Yeah, it's crazy. There was this conversation, I don't know if you caught eye. They were saying women were asked between being left in the desert with the bear and a man. What would you choose before you? What would you choose?
Lakini pia wewe.
Na hata kama mimi ni woman.
Na wewe umeona hii a dog being given a bone. Being put for a bone. Alafu haambiwi anything. But then they don't go for it until they're told. And then the men are like, she provoked me that I did ABCD. So, how do you think I'd answer that question?
Yeah, that's such a metaphor.
Exactly.
So, but, until he dogi ambiwe, hey, kuna bone hapa.
Kula hii bone. Like, anaiona, but the owner hasn't said, I should take this. So, ana maintain.
So, that's the same with?
With animals too.
That was your metaphor. That was your metaphor for something.
Nasema it's the same with animals.
See, yeah, we are
sisi hatuwezi fanyiwa hivyo.
Ukiekewa
chai hapa hata kabla uambiwe chai ni yako ushasip.
Yeah.
Ukiekewa juice. Imaji kwa hapa sahi. Hata kabla niambiwe you can have this nilikuwa nishasema.
This water is mine. Yeah, so what would you choose between a bear and being stuck with a man? And you know, it's so interesting how that is a hard question. Like, mbona, that is a hard question. You're between a rock and a hard place, and you're forced to think that much between a protector and an actual orchestrator of...
Sasa my dad told me.
Your dad is an important person in this conversation today. Shout out to your dad.
Shout out to him.
I hope he watches this episode.
I'll send it to him.
So your dad is such an important factor.
My dad hata hafichangi white. He's like, you know what? Men are. And I'm like, daddy, pia wewe. Pia mimi. Like, don't trust anyone. So that's why it's so hard for me to answer that question. Kwa sababu, logically, hata okay kwa alone na bear.
Na woman. Sindio?
Si mimi ni woman na bear hapo. Si bado itaniuma.
No, like...
Na pia nikekwa hapo na mwanaume.
Bado atakuuma. All are biters. All are carnivorous.
Bado ataniko.
A bear is a carnivore, a man is a carnivore. Crazy.
I can't quite. Siwezi sema bear juu pia mimi. Hapana. Siwezi taka kwa alone.
What are the stereotypes? What are your male stereotypes? What are your menars?
Menar. Me na feel nikana kwanga na a lot of grace. Because I can't interact with one man then go to the next one and be like, but you are... I believe that we all are different. So
you're not a generalizer.
Yeah. So we unaweza kuwa upendi kuongea ama you're so not interested in people, but I won't go to the next man and be like, so we pia.
We pia uko kama
let me learn about you.
Uko open-minded when it comes to men. Is that a good approach? Is that safe?
So unajua unaniuliza hivyo na babangu pia ataniuliza hivyo. Nasemanga mnaiva mnini na mimi najipiga kifua hapa Nairobi watu wanasema nyaki ndio ule msee ukiona nyaki
Asi ule msee tuambie, are you safe with saying you're open-minded? Lazima ukuwe na your own say molded version yenye unasema this is not what I want, this is... So we are saying if you're going out there to find a man, you're typically looking at someone who ensembles your dad.
Exactly.
Sindio? That is how you're wired.
Yeah.
No, you're typically looking at someone who is as your dad is, and it is
character-wise
only. Oh, I was talking to a friend, and they were saying how much that particular approach influences the people that we become in the long run. So there's so much conversation right now about GBV and what women are going through in the contemporary society now with marriage and everything, and their unions and companionships. So we were saying, say for example, I grew up, and I'm using myself as an example. So I grew up, and my father used to beat up my mother. So what are the chances I grow up into a man who is either violent or not violent?
So there's a 50% chance.
So I might be... There's no heavy side. There's no heavier side.
I don't think there is.
So I might be a violent man. I might not be a violent.
Because you might be like, this is exactly how a man is meant to be.
Because that is what the perception of a man that I have.
Yeah. And then on the other hand, you might also think of it kama, this is not right and I never want to do it to anyone. No.
You remember you said well, I was asking you about Swahili. You said so much of that isn't engraved in you because you were not conscious enough then to know about it. Is it not the same thing? Are you conscious enough to know that this is not... You see, the fact that, say, my dad beats my dad, and then my mom is still there, that rewires my brain so much. It makes me understand that is okay to some extent.
I listen to a lot of podcasts. And on
this
them,
included. Tell them this included.
You guys, you have no idea. Kwanza, let me not talk about it, but on all the podcasts I've listened to, it goes both ways. Juu mtu akishare experience yake yako zile za like, to me my dad was ABCD and I saw him doing this to my mom, and since I respected him so much and I knew whatever he was telling me was right, hata ndo the right thing. Na kuna mwenye anajua. Nika high school. Form 1 ukiwa bullied. Kuna ule mwenye angekaa chini aseme la. Next year. Ni mimi na wao. Watatavua.
Sasa sisi tukiendelea
nataka kuna wale wa mkenene.
This is not. Hata sisi tukiwa.
And everyone around you is telling you that's right. Inafanyika changes. We. Unaona?
Sasa tukiwa form 3 na kina Jaffa. Kuna sema wow. Au form 1 next year. Watatujua na majina zetu 36.
Unaona? So
Is it a different approach? You see, that's one case scenario. There is another case scenario where you, as a woman, see, you've said you're typically going out there to fend for a man that is as not so similar, but as similar as the man you're used to, and the man you're very much used to is your father.
Yeah.
So how similar is it when the father you are used to beat up your mother, but then that is the kind of man you attract? And
God forbid.
Yeah, of course. And what you learned from your mother was to stay. There is no...
But that's not what I learned from my mom.
Really?
My mom is like...
What you saw, like what you saw.
What I saw. What I saw.
There's what you see and there's...
Yeah. If I was in a position where I experienced such a thing, now in that household, ilikuwa story you have to stay, your kids nini. Of course, me ningebaki. I would not have known better.
Yeah, for sure.
But in the position I am right now, na venye world ina evolve, obviously, we are more aware about what's happening and how we should react to it.
Yeah, for sure. So,
somebody who's being mistreated right now, the chances of them walking out iko really high. Sasa ako zile za like, I can't stay, I won't stay because of my kids. Juu sasa nikipigwa aniue. What I've been seeing on TV, I don't want my kids to turn out this way. I can depend on myself, you know. So it's not like kitambo. I feel at some point tuta move away from that. Sasa kama GBV itakuwa ulinichapa lakini hukunichapa sana. Ni mimi nimeenda.
Yeah, ulinichapa but you get the chance ya kuniwekea maska.
I'm gone.
Ndio umeinua mkono, pack my bag.
Tupatane hizo corridors za job bro. Kwanza unipige. Na make sure the next president tunaona mimi ndo bibi yake. Tuoneshane nikutatika.
Ba for ba. Wewe sasa ndo are you a petty woman? Like to what extent? That's interesting. To what extent would you go when it comes to advocating for your own rights?
Like tunaogopa kusema juu sasa wakikujia.
Nani anakujia? Watakutoa mali huko. Tutakuprotect.
I feel like a lot of people who sema vitu na they don't really think about it. So hata ukisema I have a right to ABCD and EFG and then so your actions have consequences.
For sure.
So uko hapo unajamba I have a right to freedom of speech. Ndio. Uko hapo nini na chali yako umemtusi. Alafu it's my right. Alafu sasa umemwangana kusema what is the constitution unaona? Alafu akuskume ama hata yaseme wewe ukae ama hata ende cheat alafu
ama
but I had a right, unaona,
ama nipige kama unaniweka nipige sahi alafu akipigwa
ama unasema uko na right to life alafu unafanya mtu kitu yenye ina threaten their life alafu akiretaliate akuumiza ama pia wewe unfortunately
mambo
hii kana make sense.
Yeah, that make sense.
Like in as much as tuna complaining about rights na we're trying to raise awareness nini ku raise awareness si shida uko nje tu nini, lakini kwa ground
that is from a perspective of a woman, right?
Me niko very different by the way. Yeah, my friends can tell you. Nilizanga mimi nilikuwa cut from which cloth?
You were cut from a different material.
Yeah.
So is it that sometimes they are the orchestrators of their own trouble?
You wanna trap me with that, so I won't answer.
You don't have to answer. Just think about it. And for me, it's also a question.
Yes and no. So.
It's
50-50.
50-50. Okay. How interesting is life for you right now? What are you exploring?
2026. Hey.
Unafanya nini unafanya interesting?
I'm out more. So you've known me for a while.
For sure.
How have you known me?
From high school.
From what?
From high school. You used to sing.
Yeah.
You guys came for a weekend challenge. Yeah. While you were a singer. So I've known you.
No, I've known you forced into singing, but yeah.
So mimi nasema tu perspective yangu. So I've known you as a singer. That is from high school. And I've known you as the one from the receiving end of our very good handwritten letters.
Unachoma guy.
Yeah, you know how good that was for us. I think our best high school memories was spending time writing these letters. So Jaffa was good with handwriting. I was good with words, of course.
So I know what was happening.
Yeah. So I had to break that down for you, right? But that's how we used to. But ilikuwa for everyone. So it was, there's this guy who is good with words, there's this guy who's good with handwriting. Wewe utatupea tu pepa ama tumekufinya sana. So kulikuwa na kutupea pepa, kulikuwa na ule alikuwa anakuja shule na maperfume kali.
Ule kwa tengeza envelope.
Kuna mwenye alikuwa. Yeah, so there was all that.
So mimi ni firstborn na si tunajua venye wanasemanga exactly. So but mimi nilikuwa na fit hapo vizuri kabisa.
Ulikuwa na matches.
Doing exactly what I'm told. Serious nini no side quest and all that. So that's
hakuna side quest.
Hakuna sangapi.
Maisha
utanilisha in 15 years. So nilikuwa mtu hivyo straightforward. Nikifanya kitu ni nani sitaki mambo mob.
So that is what you still are right now.
I'm trying to move away from it. Last year linionyesha last year was hard with school na nini alafu mimi tu sitaki kuachilia, you know. So school inanisumbua but I'm like don't take a break. Ngangana tu na so it keeps hitting me na bado niko hapo. So this year na nilianza siku hizo watu wananiambia nyaki.
Mambo yako.
Nyaki utuli.
Side quest.
Eti uko wapi? Eti Wednesday, jana, leo, kesho.
Wendo.
Wacha nikwambie mimi natulia vizuri Saturday. In fact Sunday.
Kutulia ni Sunday peke yake. You still go to church on Sunday, still sing?
I still do.
You still sing?
I don't sing. Naimba wapi sasa?
Ama hiyo ilikuwa tu conduct ya kukuja funky.
Unajua nilikuwa wale wasichana wa CU sasa. Si kwa wale wasichana wa CU, mimi bado ni. So CU leaders tulikuwa tukifanya praise and worship. So unanijua kama nilikuwa nikiimba, si ndio? In my school sikuwaimba. Nilingoja ile time watu wameenda home, tumebaki form 4s. That's when I started leading praise and worship. But hizo times zingine nilikuwa nasoma kwa hiyo curtain uko kwa kona.
Unajua ulikuwa unaona chemical pale, inabidi umelead praise and worship. Unaona chemical tu. Unaingia kwa altar.
Quest kwa wingi.
Nice. Yeah. It was amazing having you.
It was amazing seeing you again.
Yeah. After how long has it been? Like 5 years.
I guess. Lakini unafanya nikae mzee, tukae wazee.
Sini. Okay, sitaki kusema hivyo.
Unamaliza shule?
Technically.
Sawa.
Shule
ukipata kazi usitusahau.
Mi ndo kazi yangu. Mi naenda kutafuta tena kutuma tena CV wapi. CV yangu ndo hii.
Awesome.
And as a final closing remark, I'd like to put you up with our biggest sponsors. So our biggest sponsors are Mint Glint Studios.
Yeah.
And you're probably out there and you're a big model and you're looking to fine-tune your portfolio. So this is the place for you. Models for family, for the best pictures, best portraits. You're a family out there, you're looking for the best frames to replace the older ones. This is the place for you. And this is the Rory. That has been our time. Pumped like a gas.